My job title means that I support people when they come home in a reabling capacity once people have been discharged home from hospital.
Well, I was standing on the stool behind this chair, changing the light bulb, and suddenly, with no warning, I fell flat on my back. I got up and changed the light bulb and walked around for about 3 days, and suddenly my legs wouldn't support me anymore, so I thought there was something drastically wrong, so I had to phone A&E, and the result was that I had a stress fracture on the sacrum.
She was referred home after discharge when she was deemed medically fit to come home. Frances was very motivated to be able to do things for herself. She didn't want long-term care at all, and there was the potential, reablement potential for Frances as well.
The carers were a great help. I mean, the physical presence of them every day, somebody coming in and talking to me when I couldn't go out, and looking after me and bathing me at first. I couldn't sort of lift my legs.
We assessed that she did need some support, but not as much as she was getting as the time progressed, really. Frances was very determined, so she was trying to have a bath by herself, and so we were able to get her a piece of equipment such as a bath lift for her to be able to do that.
Bathing, dressing, because they had to virtually put me into my lower clothes. I could pull something over my head all right, but I couldn't lift my legs to manipulate myself into the trousers.
When I first met Frances, she was walking with the walker around the property, but then got to the point where she didn't need it at all. Frances wanted to get outside into the back garden and out into the front garden as well, so we looked at what equipment could be put in place for that, and the main thing was Frances wanted to get out of the house and be able to go back into the village.
It has been tricky in a lot of ways. I think not only the physical aspects of my fall, but the mental turmoil I've been in, and things seem different to what they were before. I was always, well, I still am very independent, but I depend on other people far more than I was.
It's just being able to help people to regain their lives back, for me, to be honest, in whatever capacity, because sometimes people can't do exactly what they were doing before, but it's looking at the changes that need to be made.
Everyone seems to want to help, and it's very touching.
As we saw in the story there with Frances, one simple fall changed her life, and yet with simple steps, with simple measures, with the brilliant support of our staff in the Reablement service, we're able to see people restored, back in their own homes, in their own community, surrounded by the things they know and the people that they know and love. But also the effect of being in your own home, back in your own life, doing your normal everyday activities, that has a real positive effect on the wider context and on the work of the council and other services. It relieves pressure on the NHS. Evidence shows that where our Reablement service is involved in a person's life, within 3 months, they're highly unlikely to be back in hospital. And that's not the case where we're not involved supporting people back in their own communities.
It's given me the confidence to carry on.